I will say something somewhat controversial, which is I think that the chief of staff is actually more important than the vice president. The vice president does a lot of really important work at funerals and at award ceremonies and all of that. But when and look, it has evolved because Dick Cheney got in and sort of really shaped it into something that it wasn't prior. But uh when I was there and it was Clinton, um no, John Podesta was really uh the critical player in the entire federal bureaucracy because he was making sure that the Department of Defense and the Department of State were not saying the exact opposite things on the same day. And when you have to coordinate across the behemoth known as the federal government, you need somebody who's really dedicated to doing just that and that alone and almost nothing else. I think the other thing that John did exceptionally well was in a world where Clinton was surrounded by people who adored him. um, a lot of them worked with him when he was the governor of Arkansas. Uh, John was the one who walked into the Oval Office and said, "Wait a minute. You can't do that, Mr. President." And somebody's got to say that, right? I think that that's a critical part of a role that is, as you and I have agreed, is nine. There are nine dimensions. There are nine functions within the role, and one of them is challenging the executive and serving as somebody who's not the yes man or the yes woman. That's important, I think. Wouldn't you say?
I agree, because every office, with every leader, whether we're talking about politics or businesses, is surrounded by people who rely on that leader for their role. They are telling them the things that they think they want to hear. They don't want to be the one delivering any bad news. They want to be the ones telling them the good news and showing their worth. And there's a lot of pressure. I mean, I'm not saying that they're doing something wrong. It's the pressure, it's everything that's involved. But someone has to be there to turn around and say, "You're being an idiot. This is wrong." Or to be able to say, "Actually, they've told you that this is happening, but the bit that you don't know is this underneath."